In Vivarium, a young couple finds themselves drawn into and trapped inside a 21st century suburban nightmare, a neighborhood populated by an endless sprawl of homes of the exact same size and shape, isolated from the world and crushed by the brutal sameness of their surroundings. Unlike your typical 21st century suburban nightmare, the couple also finds themselves enslaved to a race of interdimensional humanoids, forced to nurture one of their kind as it grows, with unnatural swiftness, from infant to adult, like creatures out of the twilight. 1. These beings lure Tom Jess Eisenberg and Gemma Imogen puts into a labyrinth walled in by mint green cookie-cutter houses, promising that they'll be released once their charge has reached adulthood. Unwilling to accept their fate, Tom and Gemma each descend into their own forms of madness, and the ending of the movie features a psychedelic journey through multiple realities, and a final scene that's as mysterious as it is brutal. What happens is more or less straightforward, but to understand its purpose, and to find a very ominous clue, you have to go back to the beginning. At the very start of the movie, we see images of a nest of tiny baby birds, except one of them isn't so tiny. After pushing first an egg and then one of its fellow birdlings out of the nest and onto the ground, the large baby, which turns out to be a baby cuckoo, gets the parents' full attention, growing bigger and fatter while barely fitting inside the nest. Many species of cuckoo are brood parasites, meaning the cuckoo parents don't actually care for the cuckoo babies. Instead, they surreptitiously lay their egg inside the nest of another bird, and the baby, once it hatches, quickly seizes control of the family on it. The unwitting parents are driven to exhaustion feeding their adoptive child's enormous appetite, and often perish. If you want to go deeper, director Lorcan Finnegan used the bones of another project of his to flesh out his newest, which originally premiered at the Cannes Film Festival in 2019. His short film Foxes, which, like Vivarium, is also available on Amazon Prime, also features a young couple trapped in a neighborhood of empty, identical homes. Except this one was inspired by the epidemic of ghost estates across Ireland, barren housing developments that were built during the economic boom of the Celtic Tiger, and subsequently left vacant in the aftermath of the late aughts global recession. Cut off from society and trapped in their swiftly devaluing home, the couple feels the weight of encroaching nature retaking the space, roots ripping up pavement and vines covering vacant lots, until they must either join or be consumed by it. There's a folkloric aspect to both of these tales, directly translated from the Irish language. The ghost estates of foxes become fairy estates, and it's easy to imagine Vivarium as a kind of modern inversion of the unseelie changeling myth. The fairies appearing as sinister real estate agents trapping their human victims inside endlessly fractaling neighborhoods instead of the hollowed-out hillocks of legend. In both, the final message remains the same. There still remain some liminal spaces in this world where humans simply aren't meant to set foot.